Aloha! I am Wally Carmichael, your host of the Men of Abundance podcast. If you're listening to the Men of Abundance podcast for the very first time, I want you to know that this is not the typical format for our regular episodes. Our regular episodes are posted. I keep changing this back and forth, I know. But the best day for me to post the shows for you is on Thursday. So every Thursday, for instance, yesterday, episode 85 posted. Today is episode 86. And on Fridays, I post a 5-minute Aloha Friday where I simply share my thoughts of the last week with you. In our regular episode, you will hear me have a conversation with any number of our abundant leaders in our community. I've had conversations with Jay Papazan, the co-author of The One Thing. I've had conversations with Kay Wilkins, the CEO of the Red Cross, and other amazing people. So make sure you go check out those episodes. And if you like what we're doing here at Men of Abundance, all I ask for you to do is to leave us a rating and review and share this with everybody you know. Last I checked, which was yesterday by the way, about 45% of the listeners of Men of Abundance are women. We are Men of Abundance, but we're here for everybody. So as you can see from the title of the episode, today's conversation and my thoughts for today are this: compare and despair. What do I mean by that? Well, many of us are looking at other people in a specific field, whether it's in music, dance, entrepreneurship, sports, whatever. And we always look at them and say, I want to be like that. Well, the right thing to do is to emulate who they are, what they are, kind of do the things that they've done to get to where they're at. But as soon as you start comparing yourself with somebody that is at a higher level in an industry or in a sport or in any subject that you want to get to, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very beginning. Now, I want to be as clear as I can here because there's a difference in trying to improve yourself so that you can get to that level. But here's where people fail and they quit in many instances. So let's say, for instance, with this podcast, I want this podcast to be the best thing out there, and I want it to be the best thing out there so that more people can find the conversations that I'm having here and get the message from Men of Abundance. I want the downloads, and let's say I'm going to compare myself with somebody like John Lee Dumas or Pat Flynn. In case you don't know those names, those are very big podcasters. They get millions of downloads, hundreds of thousands of downloads a day. I'm nowhere near that, but I do want to get there. And I got to look back, I got to sit back and realize how long it took them to get to that point. What did they do? How much work did they put into it? So if I'm sitting back here looking at my numbers and saying, I'm not getting the downloads, I don't have the size of audience that they have, well, I'm going to basically get burned out really quick. I'm no longer going to be having fun with it like I am now. It's not fair for me to compare myself with the likes of John Lee Dumas and Pat Flynn because, one, they've been doing this for 4, 5, 6 years, much longer than I have. I haven't even hit a year yet. Coming up pretty close, though. But I haven't even hit a year yet. And if I look at my numbers where I'm at today based on where they were at the same time period, I'm not quite where they were, and I could get discouraged by that. But then I got to look back even further, and I got to look at what did they do. They did a couple of the things different than what I'm doing now because I'm living a life of abundance. I'm not living this fast hustle. I'm not in a big hurry. I'm doing this in a much slower pace because I like my lifestyle this way, right? Let's look at a different scenario. Let's say that you want to get more physically fit, get healthier. Let's say you want to lose weight and you're comparing yourself with other people that may be in a group. You're all working out together and you're in a group and you're not seeing the same results that other people are. That's extremely discouraging. I totally get it. I've been in that industry for a long time and I see people get discouraged by this very quickly. But then you got to sit back and look at what's really going on. One, you've got different body types and different things work better for different people. Two, you got to make sure that you're actually putting in the work. And I don't mean just the workout, I mean the meal plan. Are you eating the right foods? And if so, what are the portions? If you're eating a salad, you can say, yeah, but I'm eating a salad every day. I see people eating salad in the cafeteria, and in their mind, they're eating healthy. But what they're doing is they're pouring half a gallon of ranch dressing over the top of it. They got cheese in there. They've got ham in there. They've got all kinds of other stuff in there, and it's no longer a healthy salad. So you have to be realistic and honest with yourself. I can go on and on with these scenarios, but we're already over 5 minutes. The bottom line is this. Don't compare yourself with somebody else, especially when they're much further in the game than you. It's not fair to you because they have put in the work. They're at a different point in their journey. And if you compare yourself with other people, you're going to burn yourself out. Chances are you're going to quit. This is my experience after working with many people in the health and fitness industry and having well over 100 conversations with very successful people because they have dealt with this early on in their journey. Now, if you got anything out of this at all, I would greatly appreciate it if you share it with others. Leave us a rating and review in iTunes by clicking on the Leave a Review button right underneath this podcast player if you're listening to this on the website at menofabundance.com/086. Now go out and live your life of abundance and make sure to pay it forward.